Dance is such a brilliant thing. It brings everyone together. It's such a social activity, and Ceilidhs are really good for that.
It's just so freeing and fun, and it makes you forget about things, and it's great for everyone who can experience that to experience that.
This project is important because not everyone's doing this, and people around the country will be left behind, not able to enjoy something that they so easily could if just the right framework was put into place.
The project's called Inclusive Ceilidhs, and the individual dances were called Ceilidhs for All. And we decided to do the project as Wren Music because we sit at this crossroads between community music and folk development, and we wanted to make English social folk dance as applicable to as many people as possible, as well as addressing the particular barriers that some people have through disability or lifestyle. We can widen it for anybody to come along and enjoy moving around and having fun.
So we hosted 5 Ceilidhs where we could develop and test these ideas on the dance floor.
In the folk scene, there's a big change in way people are calling and adapting calling in the festival scene and also in the local Ceilidh Club series. But I think at Wren we wanted to see if we can widen that as well into the general community and how to reach more people in the community as well. So Marion and I, we took a lot of time to think about how we're going to promote these events, and we wanted to make sure that everyone felt welcome to come along, not just people who might have disabilities, but everyone, people that are big Ceilidh goers already who go to all the festival Ceilidhs, or people that haven't been to a Ceilidh before. How do we attract everyone to come along? So we landed on using the words Ceilidh for All.
The timeline of the project was that we got the funding, and then we moved forward on 2 fronts. One was to recruit a support team of people with lived experience of being a minority within a protected characteristic, and they gave us a lot of things that we needed to take into account when we were choosing a venue, how we were promoting the event, things like that, which we're turning into our toolkit. And also then to recruit the best possible band we could get. We also recruited a trainee caller, which was the lovely Maz, because it was again to embody the whole idea of inclusivity.
She has done Ceilidh dancing before, but she has never called it, and it's really great to be from her as a dancer, what experiences she's had and how she's felt on the dance floor, and that's really helped us develop our calling style.
We also recruited volunteers, so that we've got a fabulous band of volunteers that are around the room, can come in and support if somebody's having trouble, or they can push a wheelchair or guide somebody back into enjoying the dance.
My name's Hugh Edwards, and I'm here as a volunteer, as an enabler, which I think means that I need to be on the dance floor helping people to go in the right direction, remember their left from their right, and all those tricky little things you have to do in a dance.
So my role is just so that people can feel comfortable and get involved without any pressure to know what they're doing, and just if they need assistance in any way, then hopefully we can help out, and also we can learn from them what they might need as well and get better at this as well.
We went to the gig in Ceilidhs, and for a start I thought the band were absolutely rocking. Some of the best music we heard all week. And it was just so striking how much fun everybody was having. And there was a mixture of people, all kinds of ages and abilities and disabilities, and just everyone was just having so much fun.
I'm here stewarding at Blackmore Garden, and yeah, it's been a really nice event. I've seen loads of big smiles. I even saw someone not quite get in the mood, but then everyone was really kind and supportive.
It's just so lovely to see inclusivity becoming such a big part of the folk scene. People always say that the folk scene is really inclusive, but I think we sometimes need to be more actively inclusive and think about the people who aren't already in the room. And I think that that's what this project is doing. And I love the interval spot as well with the Maccathon and giving people who are disabled a platform to be in the limelight as well as just participants. You know, we just need to find inclusive ways of doing things and take away barriers that people are facing. And sometimes just saying you're welcome is, enough to take away that barrier.
So when choosing the band, we wanted everyone in the band to really encompass the diversity of the project and inclusivity of the projects, but they're not all folk musicians, which was quite a fun part of the project as well, having Billy, who comes with a lot of jazz playing, which is fantastic. So having that diversity in genre.
And they had a fabulous introductory day where they all spoke about their own vulnerabilities. And we don't want to identify individuals, but we have anonymously shared their reactions to being involved in the project in a little link that people can pick up.
We picked Joe Meikle on drums, and we had Billy Bottle on keys. We had Jason Rice on accordion, and then Hannah Cumming on the violin, and I was playing bass. We also spent a lot of time looking at what material we were going to play. We wanted to really bring that inclusivity and diversity into the repertoire. We looked at a set of tunes from Charles Ignatius Sancho, who was a composer from the 1700s. He was one of the first black Britons to vote in a general election. He was born on a slave ship when he came over here, and he wrote 12 country dance tunes. And so we delved through these 12 dances and found 2 that were just stunning little jigs, which we played with and brought them into the band. I would love to know what he would think of these tunes now being played.
I'm Joe Meikle. I'm the drummer for this project. I'm the most recent addition, actually, and this isn't something that I'm used to doing. So for me, this is kind of new territory. I was a bit anxious personally, and I completely wonder why we all do that, because you don't need to be. I just showed up and the people were lovely and really inclusive, and I felt included, and then I felt safe to do whatever it is that I thought was right because I felt trusted. We do 2 tunes from a really interesting musician called Sancho, who I'm sure John will mention in his interview, so I'll let him carry the details. But there's this tune that goes into Mungo's Delight, and I always remember that it's not, I think of it in my head as Mungo's D heavy, because it's not light. It's actually a really heavy groove for that second part. I love the way that it starts light and it starts fluffy, and then it goes into something a bit more driving.
So my name's Billy Bottle, I play keyboard and guitar, and I love this inclusive Ceilidh project. So from my spot behind the keyboard, I have observed a lot of joy. I've witnessed people just having a great time. That's really simple. It's what it's all about. You know, music is meant to move people. It's meant to bring people together. I've seen so much of that. We've had a lot of fun on stage. We've had exploding drumsticks. We've had solos that we didn't dream we'd ever be able to play. We've had all sorts coming out, and it's just been really, really lovely to share that with, you know, some really nice big audiences.
So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make a big circle around the band. Some of the ways we've adapted our Ceilidhs is the first dance has been a big part of our Ceilidhs, taking the band off the stage, bringing them onto the floor, so they're not as loud. And we have a circle around the band, and we've been teaching all the regular moves you might feature in a Ceilidh. So if you haven't done it before, you don't even know what the word do-si-do means, you can show them what it is and then give people that chance to adapt. We've introduced our little welcome tree, an area of the dance where people can come and stand if they need a partner, because sometimes it's hard to go and ask people to dance. It's just a nice, gentle way of finding someone to dance with. Different speeds of dancing, so making sure the set's quite varied with slower dances and faster dances, dances with lots of galloping in, some dances that don't have galloping in, and making it really clear before you call a dance what the dance involves. We've also, at every Ceilidh, had a bit of music where you can freestyle as well, just if you want to make your own movements to a dance. We've usually Billy's written a waltz for us, so we've been playing this waltz if people wanted to just have their own time on the dance floor as well, without me bossing them around.
The idea behind the symposium has come from our work with Erasmus Plus projects with our partners in Europe, where at the end of the project, we have what they call a multiplier effect. You generate more interest around the project, and you can say that it's like a finishing statement of the project. The idea behind this is also that we can take a little step back and look at broader issues. So as well as presenting our toolkit and describing the project, we've got some speakers from other countries. We've got Jim Payne coming from Newfoundland, who single-handedly has brought the Newfoundland social dance into the folk revival. And it reminds us that English social folk dance comes from a working class background. I mean, these dances used to happen in people's kitchens in the remote communities, and so it reminds us of the roots of Ceilidh dancing. And also then we've got people coming from Latvia whose folk social dance was elevated to an art form under the Soviet regime. They're coming off that now, so it's not just a performance, it is actually a community dance project as well. So it's really interesting to have those two things to remind us of where English social folk dance sits within the whole gamut of community and music genres that we've got in this country. Well, we have had a very broad range of people coming to the Ceilidhs. They have been huge fun, and people have really enjoyed and learnt lots, I think.
And we've learnt lots from them as well.
Yeah.
For every Ceilidh, we've been collecting information for how they found it as well.
I had one woman come to me. She said, "I haven't danced for 15 years." She said, "And I've had the most fabulous time this evening."
Well, we went to a trans meet yesterday and someone mentioned to us about this event, so we thought we'd give it a go. I've done Ceilidh a couple of times before, but it's Erin's first time.
My first time.
Yeah, we've had lots of fun and everyone's been really kind. And
We've been in like little laughing fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a very busy day full of work, so it's nice to come here and have some fun and be included, because I used to dance a lot and now I can't dance, so it's nice to be able to take part, and it's all very well organised and I love the music as well.
Through this project we were able to set up an EDI support group, Equality, Diversity and Inclusive support group, that is now going to become a permanent subgroup of the Wren Board of Trustees, and they will be scrutinising all our programme from now on to make sure we're living up to our aspiration of being fully inclusive. We'll use this format for all Ceilidhs we ever do. We won't forget. All our Ceilidhs will be like this.